Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to create HubSpot contact from SendPulse subscriber. So are you also using SendPulse for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I'm doing the same, and I wish that as soon as a new subscriber is created in my SendPulse account, automatically with the help of same details, a new contact should be created in my HubSpot CRM too. For this, we are going to create a connection between SendPulse and HubSpot. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video, we are going to learn how to create HubSpot contact from SendPulse subscriber. So to do this, I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we'll open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I am an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with the automation we are going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to create HubSpot contact from SendPulse subscriber. And then we are going to click on create, and now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. By this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now I'm going to select my trigger application which is SendPulse because I want that as soon as a new subscriber is created in my SendPulse account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. And now for the trigger event we are going to select it as new subscriber. And now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this URL in order to create a connection between our SendPulse account and our Pabbly's workflow. So first we are going to copy this URL and then we are going to follow the help desk, and it is saying log into your SendPulse account, navigate to the profile section located in the top right corner. Click on the account settings and then select API. Go to email service webhooks and click on add webhook button and then select event new subscriber. So we have to do the same. First we are going to open our SendPulse account, and as you can see that I've already logged in my account, so it is always advised to log in your applications before starting with the automation. And now after opening my account, over here you can see my profile picture, so I'm going to click on this and then we are going to go on account settings. And now after opening the account settings, from here we are going to go on API, and over here you can see webhooks option. So I'm going to click on this option which says create a webhook. And now it is asking me for the event and the URL. So first we are going to select the event as new subscriber. So here you can see the same. So I'm going to select it and then we are going to paste the URL we copied from our workflow. And now after doing all this, I'm going to click on add. And yes, you can see that we have successfully added a new webhook right over here which is new subscriber, and now we are going to open our workflow. And over here you can see that we have received response A. So this means that we have successfully connected our SendPulse account with our Pabbly's workflow. But now I wish to receive the response of the data captured with the help of the new subscriber form created. So that's why I'm going to click on recapture webhook response, and now we are going to recapture the webhook response, and now we are going to do a test submission so that Pabbly can capture the response of the new subscriber created. So I'm going to open my form and we are going to fill in these details and submit this form to create this test submission. So for the email I'm going to keep it as demo@pabblytudes.com. For the name I'm going to keep it as demo user, the phone number as this, and now I'm going to click on subscribe. And yes, you can see thanks for subscribing. So this means that we have successfully created a new subscriber in our SendPulse account with the help of this form submission. And now this also means that we have sent these details to our workflow. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response of these details or not. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the details of our submission. Over here is the phone number that we entered. Over here you can see the email that we entered. We are going to move on forward. Over here you can see the name that we entered. So with this, our trigger step is successful successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. For our action application, we are going to select it as HubSpot because I want that as soon as a new SendPulse subscriber is created, automatically my contact should be created on my HubSpot CRM too with the same details. So I'm going to search for HubSpot CRM and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as create a contact and then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your HubSpot CRM account, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection and then connect with HubSpot CRM. And over here you can see that it is asking me to select my account. So I'm going to select it and click on choose account. And yes, you can see as soon as I clicked on it, we have successfully connected our HubSpot CRM account with our Pabbly's workflow. So this connection was very easy because I've already logged in my HubSpot account. So it is always advised to log in your applications before starting with the automation. And as you can see that it is asking me for many details. So I'm only going to fill in the required details and I'm going to leave the rest. So I'm going to move on forward towards the required details. And so I'm going to move on forward and over here you can see the first name. So we are going to map this. Mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected SendPulse as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new subscriber created in my SendPulse account. So I'm going to give you an example that if for the first name I'm going to enter it as manually, suppose demo right over here, it will not change with every new subscriber created in my SendPulse because this is a static information and I have entered it manually. But if I'm going to map it from the previous response, it will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here. So I'm going to search for name and as you can see the name is demo user. So this is the full name, but I want the first name and the last name over here separately. So to do this, we are going to add another action step right over here between our trigger and the action step. So I'm going to search for text formatter by Pabbly. This is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to format your text. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as split text because I want to split the first name and the last name and then we are going to click on connect. And now it is asking me for the text to split. So over here we are going to map the name right over here. I'm going to search for it and as you can see full name, so I'm going to map it. So I want to split this text which is demo user. I want the first name and the last name separated. So now it is asking me for the separator. So I'm going to keep it as space and in the notes you can see that it is saying enter the special character or word separator to split the text. For space as a separator, use space. So we are going to copy this and then we are going to paste it right over here because I want to use space as my separator. And now it is asking me for the segment index. So I'm going to keep it as all because I want to get all the text. And now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received demo user separately. So with this action step is successful, we are going to move on to the HubSpot CRM again. And we are going to move on for the first name right over here. So I'm going to scroll it. And yes, you can see first name. So here we are going to map the result we received from our text formatter. Over here you can see demo. So I'm going to map it. And now we are going to move on forward. Over here you can see the last name. So we are going to map the user right over here. And now after mapping both of these details, we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the email. So I'm going to enter the email. So I'm going to search for email. And as you can see demo@pabblytudes.com. So we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the mobile phone number. So I'm going to search for phone. And as you can see the number that we entered. So I'm going to map it. And as you can see that it is asking me for many details. So I'm only going to map the required details or the details I wish to fill in. So now after mapping all the required details, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully created a new contact in our HubSpot CRM. So I'm going to open my HubSpot and check that if a new contact has been created or not. And yes, you can see name demo user, email demo@pabblytudes.com has been created as a new contact in our HubSpot CRM too. So with this, our workflow is successful and I'll just test the workflow once and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So to do this, I'm going to open my form. We are going to refresh this page. We are going to do another test submission so that we can test our workflow. So I'm going to enter the details as this. Email test user@pabblytudes.com. Over here is the name test user and the phone number as this. And now after entering all the details, I'm going to click on subscribe. And yes, you can see thanks for subscribing. So this means that we have successfully did this test submission, and now SendPulse has sent the details of our submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further created a new contact in a HubSpot CRM. So I'm going to open my HubSpot and check that if a new contact has been created or not. And this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my HubSpot CRM and we are going to refresh this contacts page. And yes, you can see name test user, email test user @pabblytunes.com has been created as a new contact in a HubSpot CRM too. So with this, our workflow is successful, and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. For our trigger application, we selected SendPulse. For the trigger event, we selected new subscriber. For the action application, first we selected text formatter by Pabbly, and then for the action event, we selected split text. And then for the action application, again we selected HubSpot CRM, and then for the action event, I selected create a contact because I wanted that as soon as a new SendPulse subscriber is created, automatically a contact should be created in my HubSpot CRM with the same details. And I used text formatter by Pabbly because I wanted to split the text, which is the full name, into first name and last name. And yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here you can see the two contacts I created during this video. One is demo user and one is test user. So if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.